They like jet airplanes. They like long limousines.
And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said, "Are you ready?"
You're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Hey yo, ooh, yeah.
With your host, Kinny Killa and the Galdem Sugar Show. Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday. It's the New Year's special. It's episode 40 and I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with definitely no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And you know I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Welsh wizard himself, the Galdem Sugar Sugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Today people, the guests on the show, we have our northern brethren, Mr. James Powers.
Hello.
Hello. And today we have a special guest, longtime WWE fan, Mr. Michael Cook. How you doing, Michael?
All right. Okay.
You prepared? You ready for the show?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Ready to go.
Is this your first podcast?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I said I think so. It is.
Well, it's good to shoot the breeze, man. So yeah, we're glad to have you on the show. Have you had a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. Yeah. Just in a couple of days and then back to work as usual. So.
Yeah, James will attest to that too.
Keep taking the money. That's all it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shugs, you had a good Christmas?
Yeah, man, I suppose, you know, me just chilling, not doing too much. But I've still got another week off, so, you know, I'm blessed.
Yeah, me too. Well, I go back to work on Thursday. So no football there, no football team, no miseries?
Nah, it was called off, thankfully, on Saturday. Too much rain.
Oh, God. And James, you had a good Christmas?
I have. Work Christmas Day, but...
Oh, God. The graveyard shift. Not good. But it's it's the holiday season, so you've got to try and keep happy. Like you said, keep stacking that peas, getting that money going. So yeah, here we are, episode 40, the last one of the year. 2013 has been a good year for the Sunday Segue boys. So let's just get straight into the Twitter. All our Twitter people out there, make sure you follow us. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Please email us anything, any views that you have on wrestling, even if it's not wrestling, even if it's about the UFC, you know, with bloody Anderson Silva busting his leg, you know, we'll just talk about anything. Also, please email us, that's sundaysegue@gmail.com. Listen to our old episodes on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Also on iTunes, Podomatic, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. So, we're gonna do the shout outs. First of all, Michael, do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Nobody at the moment.
You're not worthy. James, Kylie B?
Yes, at Kylie B19, at Mr. Oliver Ben, and to our very mutual friend, Mr. Brendan Finney, who I understand was hurt in the line of duty on Friday, so I hope he gets well soon.
Oh, get well soon, brother. Get well soon. You're doing a good thing.
I've got one person.
Yep.
TNA Conquistador. He's usually on Twitter on, like, when we're watching TNA on the Sundays. So that's the one I can only remember. So.
There you go, TNA Conquistador. You get your shout out, boy. Kylie B, you know what I keep saying, girl. Where you at? Holla at your boys, girl. Holla at your boys. Right, Shugs, any shout outs?
Nah.
It's as simple as. Alright, well, I'm going to go into the shout-outs on Twitter. There's been a lot of people that's following us as usual. So, going to give a shout-out to at Wrestling Desire. Also, at Indie Power Rankings. At Weekly W Podcast. At DMS Raw 22. And at Kills13_. Last one, DJ Chocolate E. That's at Stony GTV. Holla at your boys. Right, so... all good. It's all good. We're good to go. So there you go. There's all the shout outs. So Michael, what we normally do And I think because it's the end of 2013, this is the last time we're actually going to do this for Fandango. But normally what we do is our new guests, they have to give us their best Fandango impression, and they have to tell us their favorite wrestlers of all time and their favorite wrestler of today. So, if you're prepared, can you please give us your best Fandango impression, please?
Okay, there we go. Fandango!
Yes, Shugs.
Yeah, that's a good one to finish off on. That I think that is a worthy effort to be our last Fandango impression.
For all the people out there, the reason why it's going to be the last Fandango is because Fandango's shit now.
Yeah.
You know?
It was an impression for different times, you know?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. So, no, Michael, that was brilliant, man. Could you please tell us your favorite wrestler of all time and your favorite current wrestler, please?
Of all time, probably the first person I ever saw was Macho Man.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in '91, when he was on the barbershop announcing that he was getting married.
Just before SummerSlam, love it.
Yeah.
Your favorite current wrestler?
Current wrestler today, probably CM Punk.
Oh, look at that, brother.
CM Punk. Okay, any reason?
He just reminds me of the Attitude Era, really. He's more realistic with his promos and stuff, so I like that.
And as James likes to say, he's best to world.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so we're going to go straight into Raw now, people. It's a Raw Christmas. We knew this was taped. Come on, we knew it was going to be some kind of bullshit. But it's the last show of the year, so we got to, we got to give it to the people. So, segment 1, Authority come out, hats and all, Kane trying to give out candy canes. That was weird. So Randy comes out, usual smug, robotic look. Michael, were you surprised that, Orton didn't wrestle that night?
Yeah, I thought he'd have just maybe been in the main event or something, but he was given the night off, but he still had his ring trunks on, which is a bit strange. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that sometimes, They say, oh yeah, no, I'm not ready to wrestle, but you got your trunks on, dude.
Yeah.
And even when you're ready to wrestle, right, you know what I mean? Like, you got your, you're ready, you have to be ready at all times, because you never know when Renee Young's going to turn up and you're about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
It's just how it happens. James, we got some Kane Power at the end, which was one thing I didn't think I would see in a while. I mean, do you think that Kane's persona at the moment can kind of still warrant that pyro,
No, it's just like, it's a total reinvention for the man, isn't it? He's a man of few words. He says less than Brad Maddox and has got more authority.
It's the way the WWE rolls at the moment, though, isn't it? That's the way they roll.
I put Randy Orton treated himself to the authority as the present. Can Steph get a refund?
Oh, good. I just love the humour. I just love it. It's perfect for Sunday morning. Shugs, what's your thought on the opening segment, brother?
I probably just approached this show with the same attitude as the WWE. It's like I just couldn't really give a fuck, about this whole show. I knew there wasn't going to be any storyline progression, and it's recorded, and I knew it's going to be a filler, and I think that's just the same way they looked at it. So it didn't really make sense, I suppose they're trying to pander to the fans, and then Kane's doing pyro, and then Steph and Triple H are like looking at each other like, oh yeah, that was good. They sort of pull the stupid faces like, yeah, you can still do pyro? I guess so. Yeah, great. So yeah, it was just some bullshit, really.
More bullshit on top of bullshit. Let's just go on to segment 2, which was some more diva bullshit. Now, as usual, I'm not going to really talk about the divas unless Emma or Paige makes a surprise appearance on TV. But I just have to mention this, and I wanted to kind of just get Michael's views on the diva division at the moment. So what's your views, Michael?
Well, as you say, we need Emma and Paige in there straight away. I'm liking Emma. That cheesy dance at the beginning is always good. I like that. But yeah, they need to be in there now and get the Total Divas out. Basically.
I echo that. Shugs, AJ saved Michael Cole because this fucker was too busy chatting shit.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, yeah, Michael Cole, sometimes, like we say, him and JBL, they just go off on one, you know? And you need somebody there to just keep them in check all the time, because otherwise they will just go off on a tangent and completely, especially on SmackDown, they just completely ignore the matches, and it's going more and more into Raw, where they're just doing their own thing, really. They're out to promote themselves and the fucking JBL and Cole show.
Like, there was no King, so
he doesn't do Tuesdays.
Yeah. There was no King on Raw, so, you know, we didn't get the normal bullshit that he does. But how the hell you gonna think that Summer Rae looks like Rosa Mendes?
Well, they both got blonde hair, so, you know, how else are you supposed to tell them apart?
Well, that's like saying that friggin' Tamina looks like JoJo.
Yeah, well, you know. They're probably about as good a wrestler as each other.
Yeah, well, JoJo's another thing. I don't know where she's gone. She's just gone into limbo, bruv. She's the only one out of her and the fool, Eva Marie, that can actually wrestle, but yet she is getting blindsided and just nowhere to be seen. But
because she's in Randy Orton's apartment too much.
Oh, that won't be the only Randy Orton remark we'll get from, you know, Mr. Powers. Let's go on to segment 3. Sin Hunico, as I like to call him, versus the Weetabix bloody dry lunch kid, Curtis Axel. I mean, James, what did you think of Sin Cara's performances in the last couple of matches? Because obviously he's done 2 over Del Rio, and he's done obviously at Curtis Axel and a few others as well. So what's your views on his, you know, recent performances?
Well, I get the whole idea that they realise they can put anybody under that mask, and Hunico's now filling the role of Sin Cara. But why is he still doing the moves that everybody knows is Hunico? Surely he should be doing Sin Cara's moves.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree with that. And it doesn't help that fucking JBL doing their dumbass little jokey remark things like, oh yeah, he's a new person. Like, he's a different guy. Like, yeah, okay, we know. But still, like, there has to be some kind of, you know, kayfabe to some things. You know?
But he bet Axel at the end of the day, so it's all good, isn't it?
It's all good. We like to see Curtis Axel get a bit of a beating. Michael, Dirt Seats are saying that Sin Cara, you know, Mystico will be let go when his contract is up. Do you reckon this is the right move?
Probably, because I can't think I've seen him do a match where he hasn't broken something. So I think Hunico hasn't done that yet, so stick with him with Sin Cara, I think.
I think the best thing I've seen from Sin Cara was when he got literally blazed out of the, I think it was maybe a Money in the Bank match.
Well, yeah, you got powerbombed through the ladder.
By Sheamus.
When they get that wooden ladder, they paint it up to make it look like fucking whatever it is, aluminum, and they just bust it up all the time.
Didn't he break his leg running at one point?
Yeah. He broke his finger trying to do a plancha over the top. Oh, God. Sin Cara, you've got to love him. Botchamania 2013, 2012, all Sin Cara. Let's go on to segment 4, which is CodyDust and Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatts. Now, Shugs, the new Cody and Goldust name that they're going by now is the Brotherhood. Do we like it, or should we just stick with CodyDust?
Is that what it is? I thought it was like the Rhodes Legacy or some bullshit like that. They probably changed it like every week, like they do with everything. Right. I suppose it's as good as anything, you know. I prefer CodyDust.
Yeah, so do I. It's got a nice ring to it, you know.
Yeah,
CodyDust. James, what's your thoughts on the match?
Once again, Goldust to me is improving every week. He's the best he's ever been. But unfortunately, these are 2 blokes who are in the tag team position who deserve the main event scene.
I mean, it's just so refreshing to see an older guy. He's 44, which is the same age as Batista, and he's just going from strength to strength. It's like he's better now than he was back then. You know, it's just nice to see, and hopefully, this is his, you know, nice swan song, and I mean, it's Hall of Fame performances for me right now. He's, you know, who else can do that? Come back at 44 and just kind of just, you know, picked up where you left off.
We'll find out if Batista can.
Yeah. Sorry, what was you going to say, Michael?
New moves as well. They're like that sunset powerbomb thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like a mild, what's it called? Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
This, you know what? That's one move I would love to see in the WWE, like an actual Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, I don't know if the doctors are like that.
Just do it on Curtis Axel.
Eva Marie.
Yes, and that full bag Miz. I just love it. Well, Michael, the dirt sheets are saying that Rowan and Harper are next in line to win the tag titles. Do you think this is a right move, or do you think it's kind of too soon?
I would give it to the Real Americans first, then them. Because I think the Real Americans probably turn face, and then they could have a feud with the Wyatt family. Yeah.
So could you see both of them? Could you see like Swagger and Cesaro turning face then?
I think it could happen, because they're getting cheers now. More Cesaro, but I think they could both go. Even Zeb Coulter as the stupid uncle sort of thing. Wait, you'd take no notice of him, but he's there.
Well, just to say about Cody Rhodes, last night, or a couple of nights ago, they had a live event in Madison Square Garden. They were facing up against the Real Americans in a steel cage match, and Cody did a moonsault off the top of the cage.
Ouch.
Yeah. So there's and obviously Cesaro had to take the spot because you can't trust Swagger to take that shit. So and it looked good. There's videos all over the dirt sheets at the moment, so take a look, people. It's a really good spot. Right, so let's go on to segment 5, which was the Christmas Carol singing contest. Well, so I know this is some bag of bullshit, so I'm not going to carry on like it was some all great singing and dancing, but I just want to ask Shugs, did you like Kali's singing?
I'm not insane. Why would I like this bullshit? Obviously, they're just putting him in there just to make a mockery of the guy, like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's funny, you know, when he did, like, the Detective Kali, that was, like, the best bit, when he was trying to find who Caitlin's secret Myra was. That was funny. But this is just, like, taking the piss out of him, basically.
Just bearing in mind, listeners, I'm just only asking Shugs this because I want to hear angry Shugs. I just want to hear. I want to hear some.
So, like, you know, but it's just like one of those things. Like, let's take the piss out of this guy because he don't speak English. That's what it is, basically, when it comes down to it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Typical WWE.
Exactly. Fucking wankers.
Well, let's just briefly move on to segment 6, which was Ziggler versus Fandango in a present on a pole match. I will say this again. Ziggler versus Fandango in a present on a pole match. Now, Ziggler has been taking part in these bullshit clusterfuck matches for the last couple of weeks, and they decided to do it again, pushing him down the pecking order, because we know Big E Langston is obviously a face, and when we see Ziggler versus Fandango for a shot at the IC title, we know that Fandango is going to win, because it's quote-unquote predictable. So, we see this match again. So this time it's for the IC contract. Michael, what did you think of this match?
Just more Dolph Ziggler getting stuffed down the toilet, really. It's a shame, because he was the world champion. But now he's getting... Well, at least the IC title's getting pushed up. So they're actually fighting for the IC title. But I'd rather have Dolph Ziggler and Langston in a match like the Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's Fandango.
Sorry, I got a little bit of a... I ain't got no juice with me. Usually I do, but not today.
Or toast?
Come on, man.
You're two have got a thing about toast, you really have.
I know, it's just, we just keep going at it, you know, it's the end of the year, we gotta do it. I keep bugging him about him yamming food, so, you know, it's only right that he gets it back on me.
It's interesting fact about, you said about, obviously we knew Ziggler was gonna win, Ziggler wasn't gonna win because Fandango's a heel, and, Big E is a face, but apparently Vince McMahon said there are no longer any heels or faces.
Yeah, I read that on the dirt sheets, actually.
He said, you know, it's like, he said the people are both good and bad, so that's what the wrestlers should be. They're not going to be a heel or a face, but I don't see how that can work.
It's to protect Cena, obviously.
I think you're right. And obviously, they had to kind of do it with the whole Miz thing that's happened. And then, I mean, we see primetime players coming out. And it's just a bit awkward. But I prefer the heel and face thing, to be honest. I mean, because it's just going to be kind of, we're going to have a bunch of tweeners. And it just don't work. You can only kind of have a few tweeners here and there, Obviously, Austin used to be a tweener. Kane used to be a tweener. Big Show, you could only have a few, and to have the whole roster be tweeners is a bit weird. It's going to be weird for the fans to be cheering or booing, but I suppose it kind of allows them to cheer and boo who they really want to cheer and boo. But we're still at the end of 2013 under the impression that we're struggling to believe that Ziggler can actually find a way back to the top from here. We're just going to have to wait and see till after Mania, because I doubt he's going to actually be on the Mania card, and just kind of have to see from there.
He'll probably be on the panel on the pre-show or something.
Well, he'll be lucky even to make that.
He'll be in the background.
Yeah.
Crowd.
Special T-shirt done up. Please use me. Oh, good. Right, let's move on to segment. Who's drinking?
I'm guilty. I have not got nothing.
I heard.
I have not got nothing.
Segment 7, Usos versus the PTP, primetime players. Shugs, view on the match?
I think it's just, I don't know, I know, like I said, that it's Christmas show, and, they throw away matches, but I would just want some consistency, because, primetime players, are they a face or are they heel? Are they being pushed, or are they always going to be squashed? The Usos, how far are they going to push them before they get the carpet taken from under them, and then they back down to the bottom of the tag team roster?
Mm-hmm.
I just want some consistency. The matches have no value because nobody is being booked right. You win on Raw, you lose on SmackDown. You lose on Raw, you win on SmackDown. Nothing makes any sense.
I don't like it, man. I really, really don't like it, the way that they kind of push some false kind of personas on these wrestlers. 1 minute they're face, 1 minute they're heel. Like, it's weird having a tag team where you make Darren Young look like he's being a heel by getting the city wrong, and then Titus by kind of saving him.
But I think that was a work.
Yeah.
I don't think it was an actual mistake. I think the way it came across was a work, to make Titus, to make Titus look good, and to make Darren Young look like he made the mistake and he's a bit stupid or a bit forgetful or something like that,
Michael was just gone a little bit for a second there, but he's back. He's back. So, Michael, can you see WWE splitting up the primetime players and maybe giving O'Neil a push in 2014 after Mania?
I think they'll split them, but not push either of them. But I don't think I think they should have another year as a team. Just everybody's too quick to split people up. I think we need to have longer reigns of tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree, because obviously they've been talking about the WWE focusing on tag teams, which they've been doing quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
And they're going to be bringing up some guys to cement the tag team division. But it's been a good start. Cody Rhodes and GoldDust cementing that tag team division. Bringing out the performances. And the Usos, I mean, James, the Usos have been doing really, really well. They help with the Total Divas and stuff, and their performances have been amazing this year. Is it pretty much same for them next year? Just keep up the good performances and maybe get the titles on them next year?
There should, at some point, they should get the titles on. I think when it comes to Usos, it's the same thing as it was with Hardys years ago. It's always going to be hard to split brothers up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the main problem. If they split them up, which one do they push? Because you have to go. Matt really didn't like it when Jeff got pushed over him, did he?
Yeah, but they also didn't look alike. So I don't think it would be right to really split the Usos up at all. That's the whole gimmick gone, really. So I think the only thing they could do to make it even better is just bring in Rikishi.
I think it's different, like, because like you said, they're twins. You know, you can have brothers split up and go separate ways and be successful, or one of them's going to be successful. But with these two, because they're like twins, that's like their gimmick. You know, it's a bit like the Bellas. You know, once they're separate and on their own, there is no gimmick anymore. That's them. They're just some stupid cow just running around.
That's it for WWE's problems, though, is the gimmicks for the stars. That's the problems with most of them. You've just got the wrong kind of gimmick.
You could say the same about, like, you know, when the Wyatts came up, we thought, oh yeah, you know, but then when you're looking at it now, without Kane and stuff, and now they're with Daniel Bryan, it's like, you question, why are they here? Like, what purpose, like, why are they here? Like, they didn't announce to say, oh, we're here to do this and do that. They just came and just dealt with, the only purpose was Kane. You know, you kind of look at the Shield now and you think, they say, oh, we're here to, you know, the injustice. But mate, you're doing the injustices. So it's a bit backward, but again, that's WWE. Alright, so segment 8, we had Bad Santa versus Good Santa. Okay. Now, for me, obviously, it's kind of off-key, so, you know, it's one of those novelty matches, but I did kind of like it. It was funny for what it was. But, Shugs, how do you think, you know, Henry and Sandow will kind of be booked for Mania?
Well, if they get on the Mania card, I think they'll be lucky, you know? That's how I think. I don't think people are worried about booking them. I don't think they, you know, maybe they'll be on there, a lower card match, however, and they might just, because they're good workers, you know, and they might get their WrestleMania payment, but that's it. Like, I can't see any storyline unless Mark Henry turns heel again and he's going against Biggie Langston or something like that. But Sandow, I don't see how he's going to make it there, you know?
Well, this kind of moves on to our segue view, which was Batista video promo. I mean, for what it was an alright promo. Are you interested, Michael, in seeing Batista return?
Yeah, because was it 2 years he's been gone? So I think it's something different, I suppose. He's probably ready for the Royal Rumble, but I don't know what his contract's going to be. It's maybe like a Brock Lesnar style contract, is it? I wonder. So won't see much, I don't think.
So what, like, where could this return kind of go in terms of WrestleMania, though, Michael?
Oh, it's hard to say at the moment because everybody seems as though they've got their places, like CM Punk and Triple H as their bit. Daniel Bryan, maybe Randy Orton, maybe, but there's no spot. I can't see a spot for him at the moment. You'd have to just wait till the 20th to see who he bumps into.
Yeah. I know what you mean. The classic backstage moment, like he's there, I'm making my return, blah blah blah, and then someone just walks in, and you know that's the WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah, they stare at each other for 5 minutes. And,
Oh, good. All right, so James, did the video promo kind of do enough to interest kind of old casual fans back into watching, you know, WWE or watching Batista return?
Well, it's an edited together video, or all old footage with a voiceover by Batista. But it says something like WWE's got a thing on their website asking who do you want Batista to face. That's saying to me they ain't got a bloody clue to send.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What, WWE, where you playing at, man? Come on. You know better than to bloody call a WrestleMania match off the cuff. Come on now. This is WrestleMania 30, goddammit. Oh, God. Well, Batista, it's going to be interesting. Shugs, what's your thoughts on the whole Batista return?
I hope he comes back, gets the initial pop, you know, and then just reverts straight back to the character he was when he left, you know? The character he was when he left, he was just in his stride, and he was in the perfect place, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that was
with the spotlight, and, you know, just being that big chicken shit heel, you know, but coming out with his, like, nice crisp polos and his shades and stuff like that, just being a dick, you know? If he comes back and does that, I think it's good. I don't think he works as a babyface, you know? He's like the Miz. I don't think he doesn't come across as somebody who is a babyface naturally. It doesn't.
No, he comes across like he could beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he comes across like that. He beat the shit out of you, but if somebody bigger and harder come around, he would probably just like walk off, like, you know. He doesn't,
All right.
he doesn't
Hopefully
look
his acting skills will be better now. Like you
I
said,
think he's done all right. Like, you know, he's worked himself up from B movies to like Hollywood fucking blockbusters. You know, obviously Guardians of the Galaxy is not out yet, but you know he's done all right for himself. He's no Rock, like, but you know the Rock did the same. He was making fucking the Scorpion King.
Tooth Fairy.
Exactly, like that. Before he got up, you know, he's doing better than fucking John Cena did anyway.
Oh, don't even get me started on that fool.
You know, so.
All right, well, let's go on to segment 9. Real Americans versus Los Matadores. Clearly, James, the only highlight of this match was the Cesaro giant swing, which went for, I mean, did you manage to time this, James? Do you know how long that went for?
I reckon 47 seconds.
To be precise.
Winning row.
Now that the momentum is kind of gone from the Real Americans, I mean, we previously talked about them should having the tag titles, but the momentum's kind of felt, you know, they've lost to Los Matadores and they've lost to the tag champs and stuff. Could you see now a Cesaro face turn maybe at Mania? I mean, could think WrestleMania, a giant swing spot on Zeb Coulter. Wouldn't that be a WrestleMania moment?
It'd be a good moment, but I think at the minute when it comes to Real Americans, he's funny. He's just funny, Zeb Coulter. What would he come out with? Santa's an illegal immigrant? Something along that line.
Yeah.
If he swings any on them, it wouldn't likely be a swagger with swing, because otherwise that'd be assaulting a pensioner.
And you know, we don't like to do that shit. It's not the attitude era. Jeez.
It ought to be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's go straight on to segment 10 because there was a few filler matches. We got Kofi Kingston versus Ryback. A rare win for Ryback shows. Can you see any of these two in a match at Mania at all?
No.
Not even a Ryback versus Goldberg.
I don't think Goldberg's coming back.
And he wouldn't come back to face Ryback now, would he?
Exactly.
Like, there ain't no money in Ryback.
Well, I think that's the only match he's going to come back for because, you know, the gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just don't think he's got any interest in coming back, so that's no one for Ryback to fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's nothing else really to say about this match. Kofi loses again. Seems to be just kind of being that link for everyone to kind of just go over on him, Michael. Is there any way back for Kofi?
A heel turn. That's the only thing I can think of for Kofi is a heel turn. Because he's been a face all his career in WWE, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Just change it up and just turn him heel.
And
I thought that's what they were going to do with the Miz. Like they were both looked heelish, so they could say blame the fans for turning us against each other and become a heel tag team or something. Just something different.
Yeah, but how could he do it though? This is the thing. What would he have to do? Because he could do the simple, just insult the fans, but that just don't seem right. It won't feel like Kofi. He literally needs to do something like proper bad.
Yeah.
Trouble in Paradise to Kane. That'd work.
To who?
To Kane.
I thought you said to the King. That would work too.
That's insulting a pensioner though, isn't it?
I know Bingus will probably say, Trouble in Paradise to Steph McMahon.
That would work, yeah.
But we'll just have to see. But you're right though, Michael. That would be nice. That would be a nice kind of change for Kofi. Maybe dye his dreads. Maybe put mascara around his eyes, kind of look a bit darker. Which is maybe bring the Ascension up and he joins the Ascension. You never know. You never know. Segment 11, which was the last segment. Big E, Punk, and Cena versus The Shield. Another great performance by The Shield, man. You just can't doubt these guys. These guys are just so good. And it's so weird to think that they've only been around a year, Shugs. So weird to believe they've only been around for a year. how far, Shugs, in 2014, will we see them stay together before they break them up?
I think it'll be done by Mania. I think Reigns is gonna run amok in the Royal Rumble, and then I think they're gonna put a rocket under him, from there. So I think that's the way it's gonna work. And then who he's gonna actually feud with or who he's gonna go against, I'm not sure. But whether he's gonna be him and Ambrose, and then Rollins is left on the outside, who knows? But this guy, they're just gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing, I think.
Yeah, and I think a feud with the remaining members of the Shield, that'll be a nice little program for a bit. They could do that for ages, then they could do a handicap match or whatever. Do you think that they could potentially, take Roman Reigns out of the equation and add another back into the Shield?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be good if somebody else comes in. Like, so if he goes and then somebody else comes in, so they stay as a 3. I don't think it'll work like that. I think, once it runs its course, that's it, done. Maybe they'll have a Shield reunion down the way, but, I think that's the way it looks like it's going at the moment.
I just wish that they did it, for a bit longer. Just another year at least, because they have actually become such a really good faction of the ages. Like, literally, they've come in and they're all good workers. And Roman Reigns has kind of molded really nicely into that kind of, that three-way faction kind of thing. But one question I wanted to ask, Michael, do you think that, because I'm starting to think that Rollins is one of the most underrated guys right now?
Well, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you just got to watch his Smackdown match with John Cena this week. He proved that he can go with the main event guys. So I think he's going to have a good year. I think Roman Reigns will have a probably better one, the way he's getting shown at the moment. But yeah, he's a great wrestler, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, man. Ever since FCW, watching him in FCW, and then watching him in NXT, and he's a bit lackluster back then in terms of his personality and stuff. And once he became a heel, and he really took on the Shield persona, and I think that now he can really have a nice kind of singles career if he did. I don't think he would have a problem. He would put on some amazing matches. I'm waiting for Rollins Cesaro match. I am waiting, because that match would be off the chain, completely off the chain.
It just shows that tag teams create stars, main event stars. So, like Shawn Michaels, and so it is working. So.
That comes to my next question, James. Do you think there is going to be a Jannetty of the group?
Oh, we hard to see was the 3 great stars, aren't they? They can all make it on their own individual right, but Dean Ambrose has been tagged at the minute with the United States title, which WWE really couldn't give a shit about. Even the ring announcer can't even be bothered to announce that anymore.
Well, should we unify those titles now and make the IC title just the secondary, and that's it?
Well, I think they need to go back to old style. Just have an IC title and then reintroduce a cruiserweight title for other level.
Yeah. I mean, Chuck, do you agree with that?
Yeah, maybe if they're gonna have like a cruiserweight title and they can push, some of the smaller guys, that'd be good. But yeah, they may as well just get rid of the US title because it's doing nothing. If they have a unification match, US title and IC title, and then just push those two together, so it's the number 2 belt at the moment. Because at the moment, you look at it, the US title's the number 3 belt in the company, but it's just a fucking piece of crap, Get the hardcore title, may as well. At least that looks like a piece of crap.
I tell you what, I would love to see, just an annual, don't ever have champion versus champion matches. Just forget that, and then just have an annual, IC champ versus world champ at a SummerSlam or something. Just give them the shot, you know what I mean? And just see what happens. See if someone is able to take it down. Use the IC title as an actual, shot to the big time. But, I mean, Shugs, how did, the end of the match kind of benefit Big E?
Well, yeah, like last week where he cleared the ring you know, and just like mashed everyone up, and the Shield were running scared from him. Obviously, apart from Reigns, I just think it's just made him look good. Like, you know, I think he got the pin, or he got the big ending, you know, and then they like attacked him and stuff. So yeah, I think they're pushing him as well, but it doesn't seem to be as much as they're pushing Reigns, you know. Mm-hmm. He's not coming off as like the guy, you know. You know, Reigns is getting that Rock Nation of Domination push. You know?
Yeah.
That's what he's getting, basically. He's getting the same thing. I know they're fucking cousins or whatever, but he's getting that push, you know, where he's not the leader of the faction, but he's being pushed as he's the best one in there, and he's a real athlete, and he's one to watch. And, you know, Ambrose is fucking Ron Simmons.
Oh, good. Well, that's the end of Raw. That is the end of Raw, people. Last Raw of 2013, for us anyway. Well, what we're gonna do now is just go to the Raw rating. So, Shugs, Raw rating, please.
6.
6, simple as. Michael, Raw rating.
I was gonna say 5, but seeing that it's Christmas, 6.
Okay. James?
It's on an hat-trick. I've got 6 as well.
Oh, 6 is all over. 666. WWE's the devil. Oh, all right. Well, let's go to fan feedback. Shugs.
You tell me.
I've got that. He emailed it to me Thursday because you hadn't put the link up again.
Shugs.
I can't do everything.
But you don't do everything. So stop trying to. Oh God. All right. James, our guest feedback reader.
Hold on, changing page. Hold on. Right, here we go. First of all, fellas, I would like to thank you for the kind offer to appear on your show. And as soon as I have some free time, I would love to be a guest.
Is this Brendan, right?
Yeah, this is Brendan, yeah. Segment 1, Authority. I know it's a pre-recorded show, but can we have a show where it doesn't start with them? Divas match. Same old stuff from the Divas where genuine people who can wrestle like... Oh, Summer Rae. Yeah, Summer Rae are having to job to people like Eva Marie. Sin Cara versus Axel. Why does Unico need the dark lights? CodyDust versus Bryan and the Wyatt family. Great match. Good programming. Let's see who takes the titles down. Christmas Carol contest. Great Carly needs signing to a singing label. Ziggler versus Fandango. Fandango won the match, but in the words of Wade Barrett, I've got some bad news. Summer Rae's far more over than you ever will be, son. Usos versus P2P. The P2P's millions of dollars fell flat on the face. Damn, they need a new gimmick. Emery versus Sandow, meant to be a Christmas comedy. Not that good. Real Americans versus Los Matadores. Zeb is best of the bunch. Kofi versus Ryback, well, who cared? Batista's promo, welcome back the animal. Let's see who he fights with. Little side note, Bad News Barrett was collecting money on the streets of Texas for charity. Then he had the news that he was keeping it all to himself. I see that the WWE are now condoning felonies.
You're felonies by Englishmen, you bastards.
Big E, Cena and Punk versus Shield. I think the future is bright for Big E, as he's been put over by the two best the WWE has to offer today, Punk and Cena. And he rates it 6 out of 10 as well.
There you go. We've got quadruple right there. 6s. Okay, thank you. James, any more? Did Kylie B write any?
No, but I'm working on it. Don't worry, I am working on that. She will. She will.
There you go. All right. Well, we're going to go to a break right now. So please make sure you return because we do have Smackdown in 60 seconds, Sugs Stunners, WWE Year in Review 2013, and also In the Words Of. So please come back and don't you miss it.
Be sure to listen to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
What?
Every Sunday with Kinny Killa and the Galdem Sugar Sugs.
Yes! Yes!
With all the news, views, and laughter that you want.
They like jet airplanes. Woo! They like long limousines.
Every Sunday, the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Podomatic, iTunes, and YouTube.
So why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is I, Kinny Killa. I'm here with the Galdem Sugar Sugs, Michael Cook and James Powers. And right now, we're about to go Smackdown in 60 seconds. So roll with it, Sugs.
Okay, so you'll be glad to know I paid as much attention to SmackDown as I did to Raw. So here we go. Usos against the Wyatt family. We get some shenanigans, the usual shit, and the Wyatt family win. So the Usos, although they won on Raw, they lost on SmackDown. What a surprise. Backstage, Orton and Renee. He says he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and then he's just going to get a skybox at WrestleMania and chill out, and then retire and go into the Hall of Fame. Ziggler gets in his face, and Kane makes a match. The Rhodes Dynasty, or whatever they're called, against the Real Americans, and now the Real Americans win. So they lose to Los Matadores on Raw. Guess what? They win on SmackDown. Bullshit. Primetime players against Ryback, Titus Young clotheslines Ryback, and then Young gets a roll-up win. So primetime players, they lost. They went on SmackDown. What a surprise. Dolph Ziggler against Randy Orton. Orton pokes him in the eye, gets a quick RKO, then attacks him after the match, and he does a hangman DDT off the barricade before he leaves. So Orton wins. Bryan against Sandow. Bryan basically just takes Sandow apart. Don't know what this is doing for Sandow, but bullshit. Dean Ambrose against Biggie Langston. Ambrose dumps Langston outside. Henry runs over to keep watch, and then Langston ducks a punch, hits a big E for the big ending for the win. So he's beat the US champ clean. Mark Henry against Roman Reigns. Mark Henry fucking has the job because Roman Reigns on the way up. And then we get John Cena against Seth Rollins in a fucking epic match on SmackDown. Get a few run-ins and they, a few Shield interference, but John Cena hits the AA for the win, and fade to black.
Fade to black. Okay. Well, it's 2013's end of 2013 last show, so everyone's getting a hit with the Sugs Stunners right about now.
Jobber of the week, I'm going to give it to Mark Henry. Although Ziggler lost on both shows, Henry's had to job out because, Roman Reigns on the way up. Move of the week, I don't know. Was there anything good happen? Was there any good moves? I'm going to say, I don't know, Hangman DDT. But from Orton to Ziggler, because Ziggler just bumps like a fucking nutcase every week, and he's just an idiot. And the rest of the week, Big E Langston.
Big E, oh man, Big E, yes, big things, big man thing. Right, let's go into the year in review 2013 of the WWE. Okay, so what I've done is we've got match of the year, moment of the year, disappointment of the year, pay-per-view of the year, rest of the year, and who to look out for in 2014. So, you guys are taking out your notes, so let's just go through match of the year. Shugs, what was your match of the year?
I'm undecided between like three.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker, Punk, Lesnar, and the Rhodes against the Shield. I think the better one was the one where they won the titles back. Where they got their jobs back on the pay-per-view. So, but I think match of the year, was Punk Lesnar, myself.
Okay. Michael, your match of the year?
I'd go with the Shield and the Rhodes Brothers on, was it Battleground?
Mm-hmm.
When they got the jobs back. It had a story as well, and I think that was only match on that show. If that was the main event, there wouldn't have been as many complaints for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, it opened the show, didn't it? Did it open the show?
I think it was midway, was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. If that was the main event, and the moment when everybody was coming out, like, cheering them on, because they got the jobs back, that would have been a great way to end it, instead of Big Show just making a mess of things at the end.
Okay. So we're 2-2. James, your match of the year.
CM Punk versus The Undertaker. WrestleMania.
Ooh. Okay. Why?
Well, it's one of the best matches I've seen Undertaker every many years, not just it's with CM Punk. And on top of that, it was a card we don't bother about any other match, so we're just hyping Rock versus Cena, and who gives a shit about round 2 of that? CM Punk versus The Undertaker should have been the main event of that pay-per-view. But unfortunately, Cena's biasness ruled again, didn't it?
Oh, yes, it did. All right. Well, we'll stick with James, and give me your moment of the year, James.
I had between two this, and I went with AJ Lee pipe bomb on the Total Divas cast.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was very surprising, yeah?
Well, it was very surprising, and on dirt sheets after she took major heat for that, because that wasn't sanctioned. That's why they were all staring at her, like an effing it at her. And I actually come to think CM Punk probably wrote it for her.
Would be surprised there. Michael, what's your moment of the year?
It would have to be Mark Henry's fake retirement speech.
Yeah.
Because he fooled everybody. It was on the internet saying he's going to announce his retirement, and he just fooled everybody, which was fantastic. It's just a shame he didn't get the championship through that story. It'd just have to be John Cena winning it again. But yeah, fake retirement.
Okay, I
fooled
like that.
everybody, even me.
Yeah, even me too. Shugs.
Mine was the Ziggler cash-in, like after WrestleMania. You know, like the fucking roof came off the building just as soon as his music hit, and then when he won over Del Rio. So yeah, I just think it was such a high, and now he's just, you know, jobbing out to Fandango on Raw on a fucking contract on a pole match or whatever, and it's just a shame to see, really.
Alright, coming back to you, Shugs. Your disappointment of the year.
Could be the treatment. It could be like Barrett. Could be Ziggler. Could be Fandango. Could be. I think there's too many disappointments. So just the bad booking. That's my disappointment. Bad booking. You know. There's loads of people out there who like fancy themselves as bookers or can write better storylines, but you know, there's got to be something better than what we're getting. I just think it's probably the main culprit of that, or the main visualization of that, is the way they booked Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
You know, they booked him into a corner, and then their excuse for putting him out of the title picture was that he wasn't drawing as a pay-per-view when they booked the bullshit that he was involved in. You know? So they gave him the reason for failing, and then blamed him for failing.
Okay. Michael?
Probably the treatment of Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I don't know what he's done. Is he getting punished for getting his own head kicked in and getting a concussion? It's ridiculous. I don't know what he's done in the back to piss somebody off. Because he didn't even have the title for long. So and he didn't have any matches because he was out from concussion. So you can't say, oh, well, he didn't draw. Well, he didn't wrestle because he was knackered. Basically. So, yeah, unbelievable.
James?
Royal Rumble 2013. It was quite clear at TLC the year before that Cena was going to win it.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. That's a nice one, actually. Yeah, the disappointment. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think we were. Me and Shugs were quite sour at the beginning of the year when that happened, because it was predictable, and we wanted someone else to win it. But that is actually a really big kind of disappointment right at the beginning of the year. Hopefully, 2014 Royal Rumble isn't the same. All right, so James, pay-per-view of the year.
WrestleMania 29. It went downhill from there.
Okay. So that was your pay-per-view of the year, yeah? WrestleMania 29. All right. Any reason why?
they're the sporadic matches, brilliant matches, and then any pay-per-view after that, most of the people just wanted the money back.
Michael, what's your pay-per-view of the year?
I'd say WrestleMania. Yeah, for the CM Punk Undertaker match. As I said, it should have been the main event, but John Cena has to get the end and the comeuppance of The Rock sort of thing. So, but, I like how SummerSlam ended, but I don't know. I don't like how it developed into bullshit finishes every other pay-per-view after that. So.
Sugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say WrestleMania as well, just because the Punk Undertaker match was good. You know, some of the other matches, it was good. Like when we thought Fandango was gonna get pushed. You know, Fandango Jericho, it wasn't a great match, but just a spectacle. And I suppose the last few pay-per-views have been terrible. I think there were some good pay-per-views leading up to WrestleMania, but then, you know, nothing that really sticks out in your mind, you know? And there's been too much shit on the pay-per-views for there to be a real standout. I think it started off where there was like a good build to WrestleMania, and then sort of after that it just went downhill, you know?
Yeah.
Because they were on a run. At the beginning of the year, they were on a bit of a run where they were like good pay-per-views after good pay-per-views, and we thought we were going somewhere, and then Cena got the belt back, The Rock went, and everything went downhill from there.
All right, so here's the big one. Give me your wrestler of the year, Sugs.
I don't think it can be anyone else apart from Daniel Bryan, you know, because in spite of how he's been booked and in spite of bad storyline and everything else, you know, he hasn't missed much TV. He's been there on every pay-per-view, and he always delivers. He can get good matches out of Ryback. He can get good matches out of anyone, you know. He's just a go-to guy, you know. He's a go-to guy for the WWE. You know, he wrestled. I was listening. They had some stats on him the other day, and he wrestled almost like twice as much as some people. You know, he wrestled like 150 odd matches, you know, in the year, and he's just wrestling all the time.
He's non-stop, man. He's a beast. Absolute beast. Michael.
Again, Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he is the go-to guy. Second, I would say Goldust, because he's improved so much. I can't believe I'm saying this since like I haven't said that since 1998. But every match he's in, he's doing something different. Like as I said earlier, that powerbomb, some set flip thing, and jumping out to the outside of that front flip. He's just doing something different, and he's in the best shape of his life. He's not like TNA shape where. So yeah, he's done well this year, I think.
Yeah, he definitely deserves an honourable mention. And James.
Hat-tricks, I've got Daniel Bryan as well. Well, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk have truly carried the WWE through 2013. Without them, it would have been a total shambles.
Yeah. I completely agree. All right. Well, we have three. There you go, Daniel Bryan, Wrestler of the Year. Let's just go into the final one. Who to look out for in 2014? So, James, tell me, who should we be looking out for in 2014? It could be anyone in the WWE at the moment. It could be anyone from NXT. So, let's go for it.
For 2014, I expect big things from Big E, but also I can see him moving Corey Graves up.
Corey Graves?
Yeah, I see him moving him up from NXT.
Okay.
Especially with Batista coming back. That's kind of feud you could have. You know, old versus young.
Okay. Michael?
Roman Reigns. I think he might have a feud with Batista. That's something I would like to, something different to see how they would go. And from NXT, I'd have Sami Zayn show up.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be in a feud with Cesaro just to get one of those 5-star classics like that 2 out of 3 falls out.
Has to be.
On WWE TV.
Definitely. Yeah. Shugs?
I would love to see Bo Dallas.
Fuck you.
You know, I think if they can translate his NXT gimmick to the main event, then, you know, I think it'll work perfectly. It's a great gimmick, and he does it well. You have to admit that.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely admit that. But it's okay for NXT, but I really don't think it'll be okay for Raw. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I think if he goes up, people are going to hate him, you know? And if he can get that X-Pac heat, if he can get people to hate his fucking guts, but just play it like everyone loves him, then I think it's good, like, you know?
Well, Dallas, well, I'm just going to pipe in here, and I have to say Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville, the boy from up north, I'd like to see him just come in and just do some crazy shit, man. Has to be. If I think all of the guys that we've mentioned would definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, if not in the Royal Rumble, we will see them after Mania. They will be there. No doubt in my mind they will be there.
I'm hoping for that big reboot, you know? The night after WrestleMania, like Paige, some of these people, you know? I'd love it if, like, AJ was just, like, chatting shit. She's still the Divas champ, and then just Paige comes out, you know?
Just from the crowd.
Yeah,
just from the crowd, and just a page. This comes from the crowd, and literally, like, I'm not talking like your normal just come in and do a move and that's it, and she holds up, you know, the NXT Women's title. I mean, like, she literally comes out and just mashes up AJ, dash her into the barricade, Paige turn her on the table, just everything, man. Show her how Britons carry on, man, for real, because right about now, Wade Barrett ain't showing shit. So, just show them, man. But yeah, I agree with you, Shugs, man. 2014, hopefully after Mania, is looking good.
And I hope they bring up Mojo Rawley.
No, you don't. I don't get hype. I stay hype. I stay hype. What kind of finish is that, man? Come on, you seen the finish he does. He ain't got no finisher. You
I
really
need some fucking Ritalin or something, man.
Calm that essay down. Oh, God. All right, well, that's the end of the show, people. My God, I can't believe 2013 is over. It's been a big year for us. So before I thank the guys, I'd just like to give a special thanks to a lot of people that's helped us on our journey. Got to give a special thanks to Sierra from Sierra, King J, Stevie J, all of the Angry Marks podcast, you know, for helping us get started. It was a big thing for us, you know. American people helping us, and it's just been amazing, man. So thank you guys for all the help. Got to thank E2J, helping start the journey. Holla at your boy. Make sure we see you 2014. Got to give big thanks to King Bingus, Steve Dawson, Lewis Hatton, Jason Clarkson, Samuel Gami, obviously King Ollie. We couldn't have done, you know, our shows without them. Got to say a big thanks to Jake the Snake Roberts. Gave us our big interview. And yeah, just very humbled, and it was an amazing interview for me to do. So, you know, thanks to him. Shugs, is there anyone you want to give thanks to?
Ah, man, just everyone who listens, you know? Everyone who listens, all the people on Twitter, anyone who likes to give us some feedback, you know? And just keep listening to the show.
Yeah, keep listening indeed. Got to thank Michael for being on the show today. You know, thanks, Michael. You know, we're definitely going to get you on the show again. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, first time. Yeah, fantastic.
And it won't be your last, my friend. James, you know, he's become the cousin of the show. He's become the cousin. You know what? I have to give a big thanks to you, especially because of the end of this year. You've been really pushing the show, bro. You've been just making people know about us, making sure people follow us, and because of you, we've got at least 10 more, you know, followers. So yeah, man, I just gotta say thanks to you. You've been a lot of help, and again, you'll definitely be part of the furniture in 2014.
You are very welcome, sir.
And obviously, I cannot do this without the biggest thanks, yeah, has to go to the God of Sugar Shugs, because he puts this shit together. I may do the run sheet and get the guests on the show, but without this guy and editing the show and taking the time out to do it on a Sunday, you know, because he gets it out rapid time. We finish now, by 2 o'clock, it's out there. So, got to give a big shout out to Shugs. Thanks, man, for everything.
Yeah, man, no problem. It's my guilty pleasure, you know. I just like to edit, you know. I like to do my shit, you know. I'd probably just be doing something else, so it just fucking do my tinkering, do my little bit of trimming, splitting, joining, fucking exporting, all that shit.
Oh, good. And yeah, that's it. Happy New Year to everyone. So in the words, this week is going to be no other than me. So, in the words of me, and you're damn right I'm about to spit a promo, 2013 was the birth, you hear me, the birth of the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. 2014 is going to be the evolution. The evolution. So you better jump on board, get ready for the ride, because we all going to Space Mountain. Woo! And you can choke on that big ass slap nut. Play some motherfucking music. Shugs, can you put in there, yeah? Can you put in Evolution Motorhead, yeah? The Evolution theme song.
Yesterday's